It isn't just an art center where you go to an art class.
It's a kind of space you walk in and you want to hang out there.
It begins to connect me to the community in ways that I hadn't been.
It's very cool how we've grown, and now we have like the beautiful gallery and all the different classes, and it's been really cool seeing it grow.
Art centers can play a really important role in suburban and small communities. They are a place where people gather. They're a place where people will certainly come to learn about the arts. They support local artists.
Nobody has anything like this. This White Bear Center for the Arts here is so different because there's such a variety of classes and they're always holding them. There's always something going on.
And I can see how the staff is really thoughtful about that, about how can we make this into a space that people will come to again and again. So that diversity of programming is key. To come one day to see an exhibit opening and do another day to come hear an author speak or see a film or music, and then of course take many different classes. It's a very active place and continues to grow, and it's just a great resource for that community.
We happened to come through to look at what was on display, and what happened to be on display that day were these phenomenal pictures of Holocaust survivors. And it turns out that there was a play that was going to be presented by Children's Theater called I Never Saw Butterfly, which immediately interested me because it was about the Holocaust, and my family history is about a family that did and did not survive the Holocaust. So this is very personal for me. And it was incredibly moving.
You're closer to me than parents. I must come with you.
So in addition to seeing the play, learning the history, which was based on real events, we got to talk to the playwright, which was also fantastic.
The White Bear Center for the Arts received a grant from me to work with at least 1,200 students. So we asked staff, teachers, show them what I do and who wants to be involved. How can what I do, my photographic toolkit of how I interact with strangers, how can what I do be integrated into their classroom?
And that began a really organic process. I wasn't in all the classrooms, but I know just from my own experience working with him that it was something where we came in with an idea and came out with something totally unique and separate.
Basically, the idea is to reveal part of your true self. You have a conversation with someone in the room you don't know. I provide questions, conversation starters, questions like, what are you? What is your culture? How do you identify? How do you think others see you? What don't they see?
Their eyes got really big when we talked about the questions that we were going to be asking and the faith that we were going to be putting in other people.
One question I asked them is, where are you the most you? How many people feel that you have different identities? You are different depending who you're with, that you're different online than you are in real life. They don't reveal their true selves to many people. It's too risky, and maybe more risky now than ever, and maybe more important.
They've really embraced it because I feel like they want a voice and they want to be heard and they want people to know how they feel, and sometimes it's hard to say those things, but it's a lot easier to show them.
So trying to get people out of their bubbles, their personal, cultural, and technological bubbles, I think is needed more than ever.
I think I was about 8 or 9 when I first started at the Armory. Yeah, pottery's definitely where my heart's at. I think my mom was the first one to bring it to my attention, and then I got hooked on Adam, my teacher. I've been taking class with him for 3 years now, maybe a little more.
Just the encouragement she receives here is amazing. Lexi's been a little bit shy. This has brought out her confidence just immensely because There isn't a time that she has been in this building that at least one person hasn't said to her, "You're so talented, thank you, that's beautiful, you're such a great person." I mean, it's just, it warms your heart here for her. I couldn't bring her to a better place.
I think right when I got in the car after my first class, I want a pottery wheel. I want it right now. It's so much fun. I want to do this forever. It's like a blast. And so even the first class, I was just in love with it. I loved it so much.
They built this gorgeous art center, and it's totally paid for, which I found incredibly impressive because it hasn't been that many years.